Hello, you're watching Fadamantium, Next Level Design News. Hello and welcome back to Fadamantium. What's the best AI video generation tool out there? You'd probably say Sora by OpenAI, but since nobody can get their hands on it, I'm going to call that one a non-starter. The best tool that you can get your hands on right now, if it really comes out today, as it's rumored to do, RunwayML's next generation tool should be the best tool we can get our hands on. Let's compare it to some of the other existing models and jump right into it. So here's an example of what RunwayML is capable of doing. You might have seen some of these demos already, as they've been really popular on the internet lately. This is a great example of what's possible. This astronaut who's actually moving through space while he's running with no distortion is really impressive. This underwater city is certainly Sora level quality. This balloon going down an alleyway and this virtual world building is all really convincing. I took 5 of these videos from Runway and then I copied their prompts and I regenerated them in 3 existing tools. This isn't really a fair comparison because the people at Runway, they probably prompted these 20, 50, or 100 times and cherry-picked a perfect result, and I only went through 2 or 3 rounds of testing. But I just wanted to see if I could get something which was close for comparison. First, the originals. And let's go full screen. We already saw the woman on the train. So can we get a woman on a train with some reflection and some variation in lighting and a great attention to detail? The astronaut, we just saw that, but let's look at it again. Can we get an astronaut running down an alleyway in Rio de Janeiro? A tsunami going down an alleyway in Bulgaria? Great sense of motion and fluid physics. The statue of a giant stone hand with drone photography. Now I have no idea how they wrote these prompts. This is just the prompts that they published on their website. I'm going to copy and paste these prompts verbatim and just see what sort of results I can get. This is meant to be an oil painting style of trees with perspective as we're moving from one side to the other. So there's the Runway originals. This is the state of the art. This is the best you can get in a tool right now. Let's see how Pixverse, Luma Labs, and Leonardo compare. First, I'm going to go to Leonardo, and remember, Leonardo is slightly different. I have to generate an image first and then convert that image into a video. The others are straight text prompts to video. So this was an image of a hand with the number 1 finger pointing up. I thought that was pretty good. The camera doesn't move very much, but the clouds are certainly dramatic. So I thought that was okay. Something I could probably use in a project. Excuse me, the tree footage. I thought this was really well done, actually. The parallax effect, it looks like an oil painting. The detail isn't quite as sharp, but if I wanted an animated look and if I wanted to extend this, I thought this was believable and useful. So nice job, Leonardo. Here's the train footage. The train is a little blurry. The camera is a little handheld. The light doesn't have a ton of movement. I thought this fell short of my expectations a little bit, although the features on the face are really well done. Here's the astronaut running down a street. You can see that this is the problem we've had with all video generation tools up until this point. The feet are falling apart. He looks uncomfortable. There's some distortion. I say Leonardo cannot match that sense of movement. I'm going to call that a fail. The sense of fluid dynamics in water looks really convincing, and the facades of the building also look very convincing. So nice, and some damage to the gutter and the clouds moving. Nice job, Leonardo. Now let's look at Luma Labs Dream Machine. The same 5 prompts. So it doesn't have to look identical to what was generated by Runway, because I don't think we can control that degree of interpretation. As you can see, the tsunami is very different. Looks a bit like fire extinguisher foam, but it still has fluid dynamics. I wish this clip were a second longer so I could see that penguin fly out of there. But the 3-dimensional space, the camera moving up, the way the water moves, nice job, Luma Labs. Now this was supposed to be an oil painting and was supposed to be left to right, but it looks more realistic and it's moving through space, but look at that depth. It feels like drone footage, and the detail and the beautiful is really nice. So it's a fail for prompt coherence, but I think it's a success in terms of prompt quality. The result is very usable. And this one too, the astronaut isn't nearly as detailed and he's walking away from the camera instead of towards us, but look at that movement. This is really very impressive that he looks like a real humanoid walking through a crowded space, or a narrow space, I should say. Nothing gets distorted. Really very convincing. Nice job. This was supposed to be a hand, or maybe it's a pair of hands that are squeezing together in a prayer-like gesture. The sculpture doesn't look good, but the camera movement, that drone footage coming up and over, and then into this receding space, the next level of world building coming up after us. I'm still going to give that a pass because I think it shows great potential for Luma Labs. And a little bit of a fail here on the train. Let's make that a little bit bigger. I don't know why she's rocking uncomfortably, and the background is a little blurred. I'm calling this one a bit of a fail. The same 5 prompts, in whatever order they come up. There's the giant hand sculpture. The hand is rendered a little bit awkwardly, and the camera is just pulling back. There's not really a sense of space or movement, so this one was not very impressive. However, the tsunami, especially going in slow motion, I thought this was really convincing. I really would have liked to have extended this one to 10 seconds, but I think this shows great potential of a wall of water moving down an alleyway. Nice job, Pixverse, on this one. This is the trees, oil painting style with parallax. There's some distortion happening, some fragments, and it gets a little wonky. The visual quality is really nice, but it falls apart a little bit as we go from left to right. The parallaxing is not that great. Here's the woman on the train. While she's rendered in great detail, and I like how she's moving, the view we're seeing outside the windows just doesn't seem to make sense and is blurry and pixelated and falling apart. So I'm going to say Pixverse drops the ball on this one. And then the astronaut running, looks like it's almost there. Doesn't seem to be any distortion. If a little bit more quickly I could see that full run cycle, I would say this is almost there. Shows great potential, Pixverse. So there it is. Obviously, RunwayML is better than all of these, but all of them have some great moments and they all show great potential. In my opinion, Luma Labs Dream Machine is the best product out there in terms of my test results. I was really impressed, but what do you think? Leave a comment down below. What did you think was better? Pixverse, Luma Lab, Leonardo, Runway? However, Luma Labs does come with some drawbacks. The wait times are longer and it's fairly expensive. Pixverse, while not always the best quality, is still the best value because it's super affordable and it has a really high rate of coherence, and many more of my prompts are successful in Pixverse than any other tool. And Leonardo is also a great tool because you get to see the image first before you commit to rendering a video. And remember, Fatamantium is the place if you want to get next level design news. If you want this sort of content delivered to your inbox 3 times a week, sign up for my newsletter, links down below. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.